Hi everyone, I thought I'd record a little sequence on glutes. Remember, those are the muscles in the body that kind of are very lazy. Basically, they switch off unless we have to kind of fire them up. So we're going to focus a little bit of a session on glutes. I'm just going to move this camera. All right, so presuming that you have done a bit of a warm-up, a bit of mobility, try and work with the spine and the shoulders, engage the core. Then we're going to come onto our backs to work glutes. Very simple little sequence here. I'm going to just start to tuck this down. Excuse the maneuvering. So what I want you to do, you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to roll up and start with a very simple glute bridge, really squeezing the glutes in this position. I want you to raise one heel up at a time, and then two, and then with both feet up, try to do 10 knee squeezes there. Okay, so that's the first of the glute bridge sequence. Then you're going to come onto your side and you are going to do the classic clam shell movement. Remember, your knees are at 45 degrees. You can keep your feet down on the mat or up at the side. You're better with your head on your shoulder rather than up here, but just for the purposes of the camera, I'm doing it this way. Deep breath in, engaging that core. You remember drawing the belly to the spine and engaging the pelvic floor. When you are doing clamshell, just do 2 or 3 and then add in a leg lift. Trying to be quite precise about that movement, keeping the knees wide apart and closing. You'll start to feel that in your glutes and your legs, of course. Knees to the front at 90 degrees. Again, you're better with your neck down and your arm long, but just so I can show you this. Deep breath in, engage that core, leg out, hovering over the other knee. You'll remember this one if you've been to one of the retreats, baby bracelets we call it, keeping everything working as a single unit. So from the glutes all the way to the tippy toes, tiny little circles, only the size of a baby's bracelet, drawing in both directions. So we don't want any of this, we don't want any of that. Everything keeping together, it's a single unit. It's a hard exercise. Okay, so we've done glute bridge. An addition on glute bridge, which I forgot to tell you about, is if you can do that sequence, you may add some leg lifts with some pulses, keeping those glutes nice and high, and then moving on to the side. Now, we're going to come onto our front to do some more work on the glutes. Here, come down onto your forearms and start with core engagement, of course. So bringing a knee to your elbow. Do a little lift of the chin here, so it's nice in the upper back. Nice and controlled. So we're not kind of kicking out like this. We're lifting and stretching, keeping that toe pointed. Then from there, we bend that knee, we flex the foot, and you pulse up, not letting the knee drop too far this time. So we're just pulsing up, doing these for as many as you can on each side. Then we add another addition, which is our knees cross, or our knee crosses over the other. And then you lift the leg out to the side. So it's a cross and a lift, cross and a lift. That's quite difficult. So try maybe 10, maybe 5, depending on how you get on. And the finisher on this little mini glute sequence is, I'll show you from this angle because it's easier to demonstrate. Your leg is out to the side, deep breath in, and you lift and lower. This is obviously working the legs as well as those glutes. And it's the lightest touch on the mat. It's a very gentle, it's almost like it floats up. If you can manage, once you've done, say 10, try for pulsing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on that side. So that's a very strong, nice glute sequence. Obviously some other exercises great for glutes and legs, things like squats. Just make sure that you have the right angle on squats. You don't want to stress the knee, and make sure that you also really squeeze and push the hips through as you come up to standing. But I think that's quite a nice little glute sequence that is really worthwhile adding into your routine. And remember, we've got to fire those glutes up. They are the laziest muscle group in the body. And you want to get that feeling that, say if you walk up and down hills, for example, on the walk up, feel like you are kind of walking from your glutes. So your glutes are engaged and they're pushing you as you walk up the hill. That's just another way to think about it in a more sort of day-to-day environment, ways to start engaging the glutes more, and the rest of your body will thank you. It will also help protect your lower back, and obviously it has some aesthetic benefits too, to have well-rounded glutes. Bye.